Hello, everybody, and welcome to another free live preview of California Psychics, where we show you exactly what it's like to get a reading here with us at California Psychics through a 1 hour long live stream. Live reading. I am your moderator of today's live stream, and this week we are joined by a 5-star psychic here at California Psychics, Psychic Cameron here. How are you doing today, Cameron?
I'm doing great. Hi, Carson. Good to see you again.
Thank you for joining us this week, Cameron. And it is another Monday, which means we have another wonderful opportunity to get a bunch of questions answered from our audience. But before we get started, I do have a few bits of information that y'all will want to know. First of all, if you are wanting to connect with Psychic Cameron after seeing a free preview of his abilities today, you can connect with him for a private one-on-one reading session on californiapsychics.com and receive a guaranteed answer to your questions. Just make sure to stick around because we'll be shouting out Psychic Cameron's exact schedule later in the live stream. But also, before we get started, I do want to list off some ground rules of questions that we are able to answer today. Unfortunately, we are not able to answer any legal or medical related questions for today. For medical, this can include treatment questions, medications, fertility questions, and for legal, this can include court cases, custody battles, and general court decisions. If you do ask about another person, please make sure you at least include their first name because this will allow Psychic Cameron here to connect faster and more accurately answer your question during today's live stream. And my final note before we get started is we do want to stress that you not add any users who message you for psychic readings after the live stream today. These users are not associated with California Psychics, and the only way to get a reading with Psychic Cameron here is to go to californiapsychics.com, and you can do so when you click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now. But without any further ado, we are ready to go ahead and start answering some questions. Cameron, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Fantastic. And our first one today will be here from Marisol, who is wanting to know if Aaron and Marisol are going to finally start to date.
Wow. Okay. Let's take a look. Marisol, thank you for your question. I'm focused on you and Aaron, and I'm just asking my guides to give us some clear information and for anything that we're looking at for today. So, Marisol, this is what I'm getting. My guides are basically saying, I actually think something may happen fairly soon between the two of you. The attraction is definitely there. As I'm looking at it here, it seems that you all already may have a friendship or there's some kind of rapport that's already been good in terms of what I'm seeing. I feel like Aaron's the kind of guy that the person that he would date would have to be someone that he already felt was a bit of a friend already. So you all have already spent time together. But my feeling is sometime, and it might even be very close, within this month, one of those times that you're spending together is going to become a more formal date. And once you go on this date, I think there's some positive things to come. So I definitely think you can look forward to that in the next couple of weeks.
Wonderful. Thank you, Marisol, for getting us started with today's live reading. And we hope that that message from Psychic Cameron resonated with you. Definitely let us know if it did in the chat as well. And for our next question here, it'll be from Lauren. Lauren was wanting to know if Elijah is going to be the person that she is marrying. Thank you for your question.
Okay, Lauren, thank you for the question. And Lauren, I'm focused on you. And I'm asking about Elijah and just asking for some clarity for the two of you. This is what I'm getting. The cards are basically indicating I feel like Elijah cares a lot about you. He appears in my cards as the King of Cups. And this is a man who, when he loves, it's a very deep thing. But I am being shown by my cards that he has some scars here from a past relationship. My cards are showing me with the Queen of Swords upside down. This isn't you, but this is someone that he was involved with before. And I feel like I'm not sure that he's dealt with all of this or healed all of this in terms of the new path that you want to take. My suggestion is this. I think you all could be a good match, but there's some things I think you need to clarify with him before you take that major step. it's been a bit rocky at times. And even though he's got a good heart, I think you know what I'm talking about in terms of some of his history. So get that clarity before you make any big decision. And if you don't get it, I think maybe it's a good idea to just wait until you do.
Wonderful insight, Cameron. And Lauren, we hope that insight from Psychic Cameron also resonated with you as well. Definitely let us know if it did in the chat, and we'll make sure to highlight it here on the screen. Now, moving on to our next question for you, Psychic Cameron, and we are on a roll today for today's free live preview of California Psychics. Our next one is from Jennifer here. Jennifer is wanting to know if she is going to be celebrating her birthday with Trevor. And any messages from you, Psychic Cameron, will be helpful to let her know.
Right. Sure. Jennifer, let me take a look, and I'm focused on you and Trevor, asking for some clarity about your birthday. This is what I'm getting. My cards are basically showing me, I think it's very possible that you all will have a chance to be together. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen as soon as your birthday. There is indication here that, again, there have been some challenges. I know a lot of people I'm reading for have been going through some things relationship-wise. My cards are basically saying that there's something that really is bringing you all together. So if it, for any reason, if it doesn't happen on your birthday, you all will get together sometime soon after that, in terms of what I'm being shown. So I feel pretty good about that in terms of the birthday, but I just want you to know that if there is something that doesn't quite go right on that date, don't be too set in stone with that, because I think he's going to do something positive for you a little bit later.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jennifer, for your question today, and we hope that insert from Psychic Cameron resonated with you. Also, from our last question we answered from Lauren, just wanting to let you know, Cameron, that you were spot on for Lauren's answer, and just wanting to let you know that that answer did resonate with her as well. Now,
Thanks,
getting
Lauren.
one from YouTube real quick as we move on to our next question from Allison. She's saying, hope you're staying cool, Cameron. She wants to know if Joshua and her, or if you see Joshua and her reconnecting in the future. She has no expectations at the moment, but she is just hoping for some communication. Thank you for any insight that you provide.
Thanks, Allison. I'm doing my best. It is kind of hot. Let me take a look at this for you and Joshua, and just kind of bringing your energy into my cards. This is what I'm getting. In terms of the two of you communicating, I actually believe that there will be something. The cards indicate, and usually if I see the Four of Swords in a reading, it means that there's been a separation, but it's not an absolute breakup. I feel that there is something that he is conflicted about. He has some things that he needs to talk to you about, and I think he's a little bit nervous about that conversation, but he's been wanting to say some things to you. The Magician is my card for communication, and it's right side up at the center of the reading. So my feeling is, and actually I'm going to interrupt myself, Joshua's appeared in the reading now, the King of Cups upside down, which is basically a man who has a lot in his heart, but he's scared to share all of it. So he may not be ready to have this conversation at this time, but it definitely is coming. I can't necessarily say it's happily ever after, but there will be communication, and I think it'll go well. You're going to get some of the answers that you've been looking for.
Wonderful, Allison. Thank you for your question. We hope that insight from Psychic Cameron resonated with you. And she just says, yes, it has been a separation that has been involved. He is involved with somebody else who did seem to be hiding, and she didn't know about it. So you are very right. Very accurate. Thank you, Cameron. And thank you, Allison, for joining us today.
Thanks, Allison.
Yes. If you do want to expand further with Psychic Cameron, yes, you can always go visit us on CaliforniaPsychics.com. You can click the link in the description of the live stream that you're watching right now to pull up Psychic Cameron's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com and book that one-on-one reading appointment with him. But we will be shouting out his schedule in just a few moments. So if you are wanting to know when Psychic Cameron will be online and available for those one-on-one readings, stick around because we'll take a pause after just a couple more questions. And our next question here will be from Michelle, who's wanting to know more of a familial issue, if she's going to be seeing her daughter Delaney anytime soon. She's feeling very heartbroken and wants to reconnect.
Michelle, I'm very sorry. I'm focused on you and Delaney, and I'm asking my guides to give us some real clarity in terms of your situation. This is what I'm receiving. You know, there is a part of this where I feel that there will be a point where I think you will see her again. This is not a broken relationship. The Eight of Cups is telling me that even though she's gone away, there is a part of her that wants to come back. There was a lot of fighting, and there may have been a part where it seemed like she was just kind of done with the relationship. But the thing is, there were things that you were trying to tell her in terms of being in control and being a parent that it was difficult for her to hear. And so as a result, I see your power with the Queen of Swords in my reading. And there was some part of this where I think she really just couldn't take it in. But she's going to have some time to reflect. And I can't promise anything. But from what my guides are showing me, I think she may even be communicating with other members of the family. And at some point, I think she's going to let go of some of this, possibly closer to the holidays. Don't give up on her, but just understand that at some point, I think she's going to understand some of the points you were trying to make.
Wonderful. Thank you, Michelle, for your question. And we hope that that relationship between you and your daughter does reconnect, does rekindle. So we are rooting for you. Definitely let Psychic Cameron know of the developments and keep him updated as well. Now, our next question from Debbie here, wanting to know if Tyler, or when Tyler will be proposing to him or her. But right before we get to Debbie's question, I did want to shout out Psychic Cameron here, because we've been having some wonderful readings here so far from Psychic Cameron here, and some excellent questions being asked from our audience. So I definitely want to take it away, or give it to Psychic Cameron here to take it away and shout out when is the very next time that you're going to be online and available for one-on-one psychic readings for those who maybe want to get more information on some of the readings that you've already given today, or just maybe want to delve into more personal topics that they maybe just don't want to share as much on the live today, Cameron.
Yeah, sure. It went out for just a second, Carson, but I think you were asking me about my schedule. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I will be on a little bit tonight. I'm just getting over a little voice thing. So, a couple of hours, but I'm on all week. You'll see a lot of times I tend to read in the evening. That's good for my New York and California people and everybody in between. And then the weekends are really a good time to catch me. So I sometimes will just log on Sunday and just do a straight 8 hours. So if you're up for that, just come and join me.
Perfect. And also, you can click the link in the description of the live stream that you are watching right now to connect with Psychic Cameron through that one-on-one reading experience through either phone call, chat, or offline message. So if you do prefer either text-based messages or through phone call, whichever way you prefer to get your readings, you can do so on CaliforniaPsychics.com or the California Psychics app. And it is all 100% private, and you get guaranteed answers to your questions. So as many questions that you could fit within that reading session, there's no limit. So if you are wanting to kind of connect more after getting a free live reading today, or just kind of wanting to see more questions that don't delve necessarily with what you're asking for in the live today, make sure you go to CaliforniaPsychics.com. And now moving on to our next question here from Debbie. Thank you for your patience, Debbie. She is wanting to know when Tyler is going to be proposing to her, Cameron. So thank you for any insight in advance.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm looking at this for you, Debbie, and just focusing on you and Tyler, asking for some clarity here. This is what I'm getting. My cards are basically saying there is definitely a sense that I'm getting that he's getting there. It's taken a little while, but this relationship is very successful. It's a lot better than I think any relationship he's been in a while. I do believe that he wants to be married. And with the Nine of Cups, this shows me a longer future between the two of you. It does seem like there have been some things going on where maybe, again, he hasn't had like a real vision of exactly when and some of that timing. So you might be having a little bit of a conversation about what's happening for the two of you in terms of the end of the year and the beginning of the year. But if everything goes according to when I'm seeing this, I think this could be, again, sometime maybe closer to October or November. I'm getting a good feeling around that time.
Wonderful. Thank you, Debbie, for your question today. And we hope that insight from Psychic Cameron resonated with you. We are rooting for you and Tyler. So definitely keep Cameron updated on any insights that may develop, a possible proposal too. So, but now moving on to our next question here from Shonette. Excuse me if I mispronounced that, but we want to thank you for your question today. She wants to know if she is going to be moving into a new home soon. So Cameron, take it away.
Yes. Okay. I'm focused on you, Shanette, and just seeing if you're going to be moving into a new home, asking my guides to give us some clarity. This is what I'm receiving. The cards are basically saying that I actually think that you will be. Now, this whole question of soon, excuse me, is a little bit in the mix here because there is definitely something. I'm sorry, this is my reading phone speaking. Sorry about that. There's definitely an indication that you are going to find this place, and the place that you're going to be in with the Two of Cups is something I think you're really going to be happy with. It is important though that you not rush into this. I am being shown with the Five of Coins that you may be trying to do some things with financing. There may be some places that you're seeing that maybe, again, you're wondering if you want to stretch your budget. Don't be too hasty. The thing that's really right for you, I think you're going to see, and I'm getting a good feeling sometime in the first couple of weeks of September, possibly with you moving in October, but definitely wait until the timing is right. And I think you're going to be very happy. So yes, you will be moving before the end of the year, but definitely don't rush into anything.
All right. Thank you, Shonette, for your question today. And definitely keep Psychic Cameron in the know of any updates that occur as well. You can always do so whenever you click the link in the description of the live stream that you're watching right now to pull up Psychic Cameron's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com. Now, moving on to our next question here from Holly. I saw this one. I thought it was pretty interesting for you, but it's quite long. It's covering a little bit of the screen. So let me go ahead and pull up this. Holly has been dating a man, Corey, for about 3 years. She recently has caught him cheating, but this time she knows the full truth, and it's bad, about over 20 different women. One of the last things that Holly did for Corey was have her friend do his taxes. It's now come out that he lied, and the IRS has sent a letter that they are investigating him. The main purpose of the question that Holly's answering today is, how bad will his karma be, and will he reach out for help? And I'm assuming to Holly. Now, we cannot answer any legal related questions, but I think just from that last question of how bad the karma will be and will he be reaching out for help to Holly, Cameron, I feel like we can delve a little bit into that. And yes, quite the question.
Yeah, let's take a look, Holly, and see what I'm getting. I'm interested to see what my guides are going to say to you. So this is what's coming up. Basically, my cards are indicating a couple of things, and I thought this may come up. I'm very careful about this, but with the Four of Cups upside down, sometimes that can be, because you said 20 different people. This may be someone who's seeking validation. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying that with the 10 of Coins, it's almost like he needs all of this attention in terms of feeling, good about himself. And as the cards indicate, I think that the karma is going to be pretty bad. And what I mean by that is that basically, I think at some point, if there is narcissism here, he may find himself alone. Now, this is important because as a Leo, you tend to shine a lot. And so he may be trying to keep up with you or make himself feel like he's good enough by getting all of this validation. I think he will reach out for help for you, or to you rather. But I have to say, I think if you, unless there's something really compelling you to go after him after this amount of time, you might just want to, cast your net a little wider and see what else spirit has for you. Because my feeling is with this kind of behavior, I don't know if him reaching out for help is something you're going to really be able to give him in terms of what I'm looking at. It may be kind of bigger than what you want to kind of take over. So stay open to other possibilities is what I'm saying.
Absolutely, Holly. And we want to thank you for your question today. And we hope that insight from Psychic Cameron resonated with you. I did see a bunch of support coming in from the rest of our audience as well. So you do have a little bit of a space here that people are rooting for you, Holly. So we want to thank you for bringing your question forward to us today. And again, we hope that insight from Psychic Cameron resonated with you as well. Now, moving on to our next question here from Lori. Lori is wanting to know if Mike and her are going to be in a serious relationship anytime soon, and if you see that.
Sure. Yeah, Lori, let me take a look for you. I'm focused on you and Mike, and I'm asking about a serious relationship. Just give us some clarity, please. In terms of what I'm getting here, my cards, it's interesting. I don't know if you all work together, or sometimes there's a particular card I will see where two people are just, they're kind of in each other's lives in some other way other than just the basic relationship. There is an indication of some change coming, and fairly soon. Now, my cards are basically indicating I actually feel that Mike is very attracted to you. And I also feel that there's some part of him that's thought about the two of you being in a serious relationship. The only thing is, there is a part of it where, again, I feel that he's just being a little bit cautious with his heart. I'm seeing this in some of the readings I'm doing about some of the guys that I'm looking at today and in my other readings. So there is movement here. In terms of what I'm looking at, I wouldn't say that it's going to be right away, but I have a good feeling for you all as I move you into September. Maybe even as late as the beginning of October. I think it'll be worth the wait. But again, this is a guy who he's really careful with his heart. So that's the time frame that I'm looking at.
All right. Well, Lori, we are rooting for you and Mike. So definitely let us know if any developments occurred. You can let Psychic Cameron know, especially if any developments occurred. Kind of keep him updated. Whenever you connect with him on CaliforniaPsychics.com, you can always click the link in the description of the live stream that you're watching right now. And just a little note as well. I haven't mentioned this in a little bit. Right before we get into Brandon's question, do not add any users who message you for a psychic reading after the live stream today, especially those who are watching on Facebook. We just want to let you know that any of these users who reach out to you are not associated with California Psychics. And so we cannot verify or control anything that happens within those chats. Usually what will happen is they will try and either impersonate Psychic Cameron here or just provide free psychic readings and then ask for payment afterwards. Very just kind of shady thing overall that we've heard happening. So again, do not add any users from or who are asking for psychic readings after the live stream today. If you do want to get a verified, controlled psychic reading experience from verified psychics, make sure you go to CaliforniaPsychics.com, and you can do so when you click the link in the description that you are watching right now. Brandon is wanting to know from you, Psychic Cameron, if he is on the right path. Can you provide any more insight for Brandon, please?
Yeah, sure. Brandon, I'm focused on you and just asking for some guidance in terms of your path. This is what I'm getting. My cards are basically saying that you have been, you are on the right path. The thing is that you've been trying to make a decision about what direction to go in. You're very good at a lot of different types of things. At some point, all of these gifts of yours are going to come together. And let me just offer one particular insight. I actually see you doing something possibly related to motivation or inspiration of some kind. What you really need is just a plan in terms of going forward. But there's some things that you've been through that I feel people really need to understand and appreciate. And there's some part of you that really wants to serve. So I don't know, again, if this is related to like justice stuff or advocacy or just even inspiration, but you got a lot of gifts. And I think you're going to have this kind of come together for you this year. But you are on the right path. You're just trying to put all these things together, and it's coming soon.
Wonderful, Brandon. We hope that insight from Psychic Cameron resonated with you. And we really want to thank you for bringing forward your question to today's free live preview of California Psychics today as well. And now moving on to our next question, and also just want to thank everybody for attending today's live stream today. We love all the questions that are coming in, and we are going to try our best to answer as many as we possibly can in about the 30 minutes that we have left. We're about halfway through today's free live preview of California Psychics. And a reminder for those who have not joined us before, during the final 15 minutes, we like to switch over to our card pull section. So that way we can get through questions just a little bit faster and provide more of an opportunity for y'all to get y'all's questions answered as we go through them just a little bit quicker. But right now, moving on to Shelly's question. Shelly is wanting to know if she could get a reading for her near future.
Sure.
Oh, yes. So, yes.
Yeah.
Is there
Shelly,
anything that
taking a look.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Carson. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, yes, anything that she needs to know for the rest of 2025, I'd just like to add.
Yeah, sounds great. Okay, thank you. I'm focused on you, Shelly. So this is what I'm getting. I feel from what I'm seeing here, you've come up in my cards, the very first card, the Queen of Coins, right side up. And this is a woman who's finding balance. It's actually kind of coming to bringing some things full circle in terms of some of the things that you want to do. I actually feel like you're going to find, as you move towards the end of this year, some things really coming together. So this time right now, you may be feeling a little bit like you don't really know what direction to go in, but it's okay. I feel like you've been focusing a little bit on your vision, some of the stuff that you've wanted to do. Don't be afraid to just sit with a journal, hot pot of tea, and just write some things down. There's going to be some real clarity for you. And I have a really good feeling about November. I don't know why that may be significant, but that feels right to me. And as you move into 2026, that's where things are really, really going to take off. There's a potential for a relationship, but I also feel like there's been a little space in here where you've needed to do some healing. And that's been okay in terms of where you are right now.
Right. Thank you, Shelly, for your question today. And we hope that insight from Psychic Cameron resonated with you. Definitely let us know if it did in the chat as well, and we'll make sure to post it up here on the screen. And now that we are about halfway through today's free live preview of California Psychics today, I did want to shout out Psychic Cameron here because he's been doing some wonderful readings for us today. And we still have about 30 minutes with him here. So if you're not convinced, yes, stick around. But for those who are wondering, when is the very next time that Psychic Cameron is going to be available on CaliforniaPsychics.com for a private one-on-one reading session where you can receive guaranteed answers to your questions and an unlimited number of questions that you could fit into one reading session. Yes, you can go on CaliforniaPsychics.com or the California Psychics app. I was going to say, Psychic Cameron, can you shout out the very next time that you'll be online?
Sure. I'm going to go on tonight just because sometimes people like to follow up. And then I'm on pretty much all week and definitely on the weekends. So if you're logging in on a Saturday or Sunday, I like to call them my kind of slumber party readings where it's just like, 2 o'clock in the afternoon until like midnight. And we're just hanging out. And, you can even call me back a second time. I sometimes get calls, again on the same day. But yeah, that's pretty much, I'll be on all week and really looking forward to talking to people. So.
Fantastic. Yeah. So if you are wanting to connect with Psychic Cameron here, make sure you visit us here at California Psychics. You can connect through either phone call, chat, or online or offline message, whichever way you prefer, either chat or phone call. And if you are having any trouble getting started or connecting with Psychic Cameron here, please do not hesitate to call our wonderfully gifted California Psychics customer care line. They are so helpful, and they are able to help you get right into booking an appointment with Psychic Cameron here, or setting up your account. Any sort of the questions that you may have regarding us, you can either send them our way to our social media channels, or just go right to our customer service team. I can't shout them out enough. They're wonderful and super duper nice. So moving on to the next half of our free live preview of California Psychics today. Thank you, everybody, for your patience as we move on to our next round of questions. Here next from Brittany here, who is wanting to get a career reading from you, Psychic Cameron. A similar but different center is opening up in town, and she worries that it will be affecting her company. Do you see that she'll be staying in her position in her current role? And do you possibly see anything else that she may need to be aware of?
Sure. Brittany, let me take a look for you. And I'm focused on your career and just asking for some guidance for you. Yeah, so this is what I'm getting. In terms of your situation, I feel like you're going to be fine. I mean, there is someone at your job, and this man is the King of Swords. So he's either a boss or someone in some position of power that I think really likes you, as he appears in this reading. You're very good at what you do, and you'll never be fired or asked to leave. And I don't think the other center is going to affect you. But it is interesting. The very first card I've turned over is the Eight of Coins upside down, which I usually look in a reading, and it usually means that somebody wants to be in business for themselves, or they have an idea of a project that they'd like to start. So my advice to you is, I think you're going to be fine. But for the anything else, there is something that I feel that you've been wanting to do, something entrepreneurial, and you've just been maybe waiting for the right time or the right help. Get that started and move in that direction. Maybe it's even something related to wellness. And I feel like you're going to see some really good results in 2026.
All right. Thank you, Brittany, for your question today. And we want to thank you for attending today's free live preview of California Psychics as well. And now moving on to our next question here from Angelica, who's wanting to know if she's going to be in a relationship anytime soon, and if it's possibly going to be with somebody that she already knows, or if it's going to be somebody new.
Interesting.
Thank you in advance.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a look. I'm focused on you, Angelica, and I'm asking about your relationship question. And if it's anybody that you already know, give us some real insight here, please, guides. Okay, so Angelica, this is what I'm receiving. My feeling is this. I actually think someone new is coming into your life. There are people that are around you who may sometimes kind of pop up, particularly either one ex or maybe some people that have kind of stepped away and then kind of come back. But I feel like you're ready for a kind of a reset. While all of these experiences, I'm not putting them down, but I do feel like there have been some upsets or some things where maybe you feel conflicted about going back with some of these other people. And so my sense is be open to something new that Spirit is bringing you. I actually think something may be happening for you even before the end of the year. But my sense is something new is coming. And I do believe that you're going to be in a very important relationship in 2026.
Wonderful. Thank you, Angelica, for your question today. And we hope that insight from Psychic Cameron resonated with you as well. And now moving on to our next question here. We have one here from Jesse, who's wanting to know if Josh and Jesse are going to be together as a couple. Thank you in advance, Cameron.
Sure. I'm looking at you, Jesse and Josh, and just asking for some guidance here. This is what I'm getting. In terms of the two of you, there have been challenges here. There was some kind of argument or disagreement. I think you all had a breakup or a separation. There are parts of this where I think he misses you, but the communication has been very challenging. I feel that some part of you wants to be with Josh again, and I can feel the part of this relationship again, that's very right when it's good. But I actually feel from what I'm looking at here, Jesse, I actually think Josh is going to come back into your life and he'll want you back. But it was a little bit like some of the earlier things that we were talking about. I think there's some things you all need to communicate before this would come together, because you all can be together, but there needs to be some kind of shift with some of the things that I think he's working through. And I think you know what I'm talking about. So look for some communication sometime within the next 60 days. But I think you still need to get that clarity from him. It's really important.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jesse, for your question today. And we hope that insight from Psychic Cameron resonated with you as well. And now moving on to our next question here from Serena, who's wanting to know if you see Serena or Cameron.
Yeah.
Cameron. Serena wants to know if you see her moving to Apple Valley, and if this is a good move financially for her, and especially in 2026.
Oh, this is great. And Serena, I've actually been doing stuff with astrocartography. It's more than I can do for you here without some personal information with your birthday, but it is a way to see sometimes on the map where your astrological placements fit where you're going to move. It's something I'm really excited that I've been learning more about. So just so you know that that's there if you need it. In terms of my cards, the cards are basically indicating, I think this looks positive for you. With the 9 of coins, this definitely means that there is something in terms of abundance that you would be looking forward to. And you've asked about financial things. That's interesting because that is here. Now, there's also a person who comes up in the reading. There's a man. And my card for long-term relationship is here. I know you didn't ask about that, but this could either be someone who you're either doing something, business-wise with. I don't want to put it into a romantic context that you're asking, but it absolutely comes up in the cards that I'm looking at. So I think a lot in looking.
Okay, it looks like we hear Cameron cutting out just a little bit. Just want to make sure you're still with us here.
Oh, sorry.
Cameron.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I am. Okay. Did you get that answer? Did you get the last part of that?
We didn't. No, it did not go through.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just basically telling Serena that I saw a lot of positive things for her moving to Apple Valley, and I think it's going to be a very good move and potentially some good relationships there. And it's the right time, and she's been looking for a change, so I think it's the right move.
Wonderful. Thank you, Serena, for your question today. And we're sorry that answer got kind of cut off a little bit. But yes, Mercury retrograde is still going on. Thank you, Stephanie,
Yes.
for letting us know that as well.
Thanks, Allison. Exactly. Right.
So, yes, thank you for joining us today with your question. And now moving on to our next question. I did see one from Stephanie here. Oh, Stephanie wanted to know what is coming for her this fall as well.
Sure, Stephanie. I'm focused on you, and if you hear heavy breathing, that's my dog beside me. She has an uncanny knack of coming over right when I'm reading. So yes, in terms of this fall, the cards are basically saying, Stephanie, I think that some things are coming into completion for you and also some new opportunities. I think that you have been in a space where you've needed a break and also been looking for some change. And for some reason, I feel the fall really resonates with you in terms of a time of year and the change that's coming with that. There may be some things going on for you work-wise or career questions that you've been asking, but my cards are saying give yourself enough time to just really relax, particularly September and October, and then watch some really positive things happening before the end of the year.
Wonderful. And I am just posting a little link to our post recently where we showcased a picture of you hanging out with your dog as we gave a little highlight shout out to you, Cameron, if you remember those, that we had you
Yes.
send those in. So if anybody's wanting to check that out, they can always go to our Instagram page as well. I did just comment the link as well. So if they wanted to click that, but thank you, Stephanie, for your question. And if you are wanting to see Psychic Cameron's dog, who is sitting there right beside him, accompanying him while he's doing some readings today, we did shout him out on our Instagram page a couple of weeks ago. And there's a picture there, him chilling with Stella there. Is it? Yes, Stella. All right. And now moving on to our next question. Actually, now moving on to our card pull section of the live stream, because we are in the final 15 minutes of today's free live preview of California Psychics. And now, while we wait for questions to come in the form of love card pulls, general card pulls, career, life path, etc., or just any dealer's choice card pulls that you would like, Psychic Cameron, we're going to shout you out in just a moment. But for those who are unfamiliar with this card pull section of the live stream, we like to do it so we can go through questions just a little bit quicker through card pulls and provide more of an opportunity for users to get their questions answered in the final 15 minutes of today's live stream. But again, while we get those questions coming in form of love card pulls, future, general, etc., Psychic Cameron, can you shout out the very next time that you're going to be online and available for one-on-one psychic readings on CaliforniaPsychics.com? For those who may be wondering more insight over the answers they received today, or just kind of getting a guaranteed answer to their questions.
Yes. Carson, I'll be on tonight, couple hours, definitely on for the rest of the week. And then, as I was saying before, weekends are a really good time for me to just kind of lay back and just, kind of just read all day. I really love that. So look for me on the weekends. The great thing about reading one time is that once we're in connection through the chat, then people can just ask me, hey, something happened with my boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever tonight. Can you come on? And I'm always happy if I'm here to go straight to the cards when you need me. So general readings, just any time in the regular schedule. But if you let me know in advance that you need something, we'll just make it happen right then.
Yes, and we do have like a feature on our website, California Psychics. We have our Psychic Notes feature. It's like what Cameron's elaborating on. It's almost like you can send a little bit of a text to Psychic Cameron here, just almost like, hey, I need a reading right now, but it doesn't seem like you're online. And Psychic Cameron might be able to just come back real quick and he says, I'm going to hop online just so I can get that reading out of the way for you. I know I got some free time. I know you're looking for it. So let's hop online. Let's get this reading out. And it can be that easy sometimes connecting with your psychic on California Psychics. So we can't shout out enough how easy it is when you go to our website or our app and you connect through either phone call, chat, or message. And any questions that you may have, please do not hesitate to contact our customer care line as well as getting started with Psychic Cameron here. And now starting with our card pull section of today's free live preview of California Psychics, we have one here from Monica, who's wanting to request Monica, excuse me, who's requesting a love card, please, from you, Psychic Cameron.
Yeah, sure. Monica, I've just reached in my deck and I've pulled out the Ace of Swords. And that's a card that means two things to me in a love reading. One, there may be something that you are letting go of or kind of making a decision that this is the kind of relationship maybe I don't want to have anymore. This is the kind of relationship I'm really looking forward to. And then with this particular card, it can also be about taking some kind of action. Maybe you're going out more or spending time with friends, something that you like to do safely, but that puts you kind of in the mix. And because I know when you're having fun, people are very, very, they gravitate to you. So take that Ace of Swords, let it be your guide, and I think it's going to lead you to a really loving relationship that you're looking for.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us today for today's free live preview of California Psychics, and we hope that card pull resonated with you. Now, moving on to our next card pull here from Jennifer, who's wanting to get a love card pull, I think for her daughter, though, whose name is Summer.
For her daughter, Summer, is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes. Hi, Jennifer. Yes. So I've pulled the Three of Coins, and this particular card, and particularly upside down, I think that Summer is going to find the person that's very right for her. There may have been a disappointment romantically, or maybe there's, some people that she's been interacting with that haven't really gotten her in the way that she's, the person that's really the right one. But don't worry about her too much. She's strong. She's got a big heart. And I do think something's coming that's going to be very right going forward. So she has your support, and I think the right person is coming along. But, I think there's been a few challenges, and I think she's going to get through it and be fine.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jennifer, for joining us today. And we hope that card pull resonated with you. And definitely connect with Psychic Cameron and provide him with some updates for either you or Summer. So definitely keep him in the know. Now, our next card pull is going to be here for Jocelyn, who is wanting to know if she can get a love card between her and her Roman for their relationship and the future of their relationship, please.
Wow. Yeah, Jocelyn, I've actually pulled the King of Cups out of my deck, and that's a big deal because there are only 4 kings in the entire deck of almost 80 cards. So if for this to be Roman, this suggests to me that this is a man who must really be in love with you. It feels like it's a deep connection. Now, I know no relationship's perfect, and Carson knows this. I tend to read with a lot of cards, so the one card pull is a challenge for me. However, for me to pull this card, this basically says to me, there's something that's going really right here. So I think you all are on the right track. Good luck with everything. And I think that there must be something special happening for the two of you.
Wonderful. And now our next card pull. Thank you, Jocelyn, for your question today as well. Our next question comes from Joanne, who is wanting to know if her husband, Tony, will be coming home, if there's a card pull that we can get for that.
Sure. Let me take a look at that for you, Joanne. There is something that I'm seeing here. This is the Ace of Cups, and it's upside down. My feeling is that this isn't necessarily over in terms of the two of you, but I do feel that there has been disappointment and heartbreak. My cards are basically saying, and again, if we read together, there'd be more to the story. But in terms of this, I feel there's some healing that you may be doing during this time when Tony's away. I know there are answers that you're looking for and that you feel like the process will start when he comes home and you can work it out. But I do feel from this card that there's something that you can work on before he comes back. I actually think he will come home, but I also think that you want to be in the right place healing wise before he does, so that you can have the kind of conversation the two of you need to have. And I'm sorry that it's been so painful.
Yes, we're sorry, Joanne, and we want to thank you for your bringing forward your question to today's free live preview of California Psychics, and we hope that insight from Psychic Cameron also resonated with you as well. Now, moving on to our next question here from Chastity, who's wanting to know if she can just get a dealer's choice card, whatever message that Spirit needs to let Chastity know.
Sure, absolutely, Chastity. I'm focused on this for you. So this is what I'm getting. In terms of the card that I've picked, you've had a lot going on right now, and I feel like you've been getting a lot of downloads, either psychically or spiritually. I actually feel that there may be times where you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, because I feel like there's something that may be opening up for you psychically, or something coming through in terms of inspiration as an artist, or maybe even a healer. My cards are indicating, and this particular card that I turned over, the Hermit card, means that you want to retreat and just listen to what Spirit is telling you. Because what I'm getting is that there's some communication coming through. Actually, are very important months for you, and just listen to what you're going to get. Even in dreams, something's going to come through for you, and it'll be very clear step in terms of guidance.
All right. We want to thank you, Chastity, for your question. I know that answer probably got cut a little bit out with Cameron there, but we got most of it, Cameron, like 95% of it. So I think we could pick up all the details and everything. So we want to thank you again, Chastity.
I'm sorry. It kind of did a little thing.
Yeah,
there.
it was
Carson,
just a
can you hear me
tiny bit,
okay?
but we all got it, I think. So we want to thank you, Chastity, for your question today.
Okay, great.
Well.
Okay.
And yes, hopefully that answer from Psychic Cameron resonated with you too. Now moving on to our next card pull here from Marianne, please, who is requesting a general card.
Right. Okay, Marianne, I've turned over the 10 of Cups, and this card says to me that basically, I think this is a time where you may be focused on either friends or family. This card can also be about leading a group or being involved with different people within your community. I feel like there may be some leadership role that you're meant to play, either within your family or within your group of friends. But something is going to happen, gathering, some event that I think is going to be very important with people that you're close to. And I feel you feature that in a very important way. So just look for that kind of inspiration, and something very good is going to be happening for you family-wise, as we're moving towards the end of the year.
All right. Thank you, Marianne, for your card pull question today. And we hope that card pull from Psychic Cameron resonated with you as well. Now moving on to our next question as we wind down today's free live preview of California Psychics. Also, actually, real quick before we get to Chandel's question, Chastity, yes, this recording of today's free live preview of California Psychics will be posted to our Facebook later, so you can go back and re-watch Psychic Cameron's question. Unfortunately, we will not be able to, write down that list of what was listed, but yes, you can always connect with Psychic Cameron on CaliforniaPsychics.com, but yes, we apologize as well for that, for not getting that list written down. But now moving on to our next question here from Chandel, who is requesting a love card from you, Psychic Cameron, wanting to know what is next for Logan and her.
Oh, sure. A love card for Logan and Chandel. Yeah, Chandel, my sense is that you all have a very strong connection. There may be times where this relationship has come together and kind of come apart. I feel like there is something special for the two of you, but in terms of what I'm looking at, my cards are basically saying I feel like there's a conversation that's very important for the two of you to have. This may be a relationship where you all are still, it's not even like you're getting to know each other, but it feels like it's getting deeper as you all are going forward. And my cards are basically saying, again, there's some conversation that's very important that I'm seeing here. This could happen even within the next couple of weeks, but good things ahead. I just feel, I'm sorry, you know what? I'm reading and I was only supposed to pick one card. Sorry about that. Just habit. But the main thing here in the cards is basically saying, find that time to have this conversation to get some clarity about the future. You all are right for each other, but you may be going in kind of different directions. And I think that's important to get that clarity. Sorry, Carson, it's so hard for me to just read one card.
No worries. I feel like this is a wonderful example. It just shows whenever you go and connect with Psychic Cameron here on CaliforniaPsychics.com, you are getting that whole unfiltered experience just without any limitations to the amount of questions that you can ask or any cards that Psychic Cameron can pull for you, especially when it comes to reading a situation that you're wanting more insight about. So if you are wanting to connect with Psychic Cameron for that one-on-one psychic reading experience, and we do have time for just a couple more questions, but I did want to shout out Psychic Cameron real quick. You can connect with him on CaliforniaPsychics.com through either phone call, chat, or offline or online text-based message. You can also click the link in the description of the live stream that you're watching right now to pull up Psychic Cameron's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com so you can find out all that information. But Psychic Cameron, as we wind down today's live stream today, can you let us know when is the very next time you are going to be online and available for these one-on-one psychic readings for those who are seeking a guaranteed answer to their questions? Psychic Cameron.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to log on tonight. I'll walk the dog, have a bite to eat, and then I'll be on later this evening. I'm scheduled all through the week. And again, weekends are really looking good. So just, hop into my queue. I always check it every day, and we'll make something happen.
Wonderful. Yes. You can utilize that psychic notes feature on California Psychic so you can connect with Psychic Cameron and send him some notes to make sure that you can schedule an appointment, whatever time works for both you and Cameron. So now getting a couple more questions out before we end today's free live preview of California Psychics. Our next one here is going to be here from Andrea, who's wanting to request a love card, please, from you, Psychic Cameron. Andrea and Ron are currently in separation, so any insight that you may have will be helpful.
Yeah. I've chosen Andrea. I've chosen the Knight of Cups, which basically tells me not only do you have a lot of love in your heart, but I think you're looking for somebody who's really going to stand up and be that person that really shows up for you in the relationship. I think that while I'm not saying that you and Ron can't get back together, I do think it's a good time to evaluate whether he can be that guy for you. He's, I'm not putting him down. I think he's got some really wonderful qualities. But if I see this card, it may be that you're looking for that person again who's really going to be there. And I think it's a good chance again during this separation to just think about if he really fits that category for you. So my sense is, don't give up, but at the same time, look carefully and see if this is the place that you want to be.
Fantastic. And now our next card pull question here for Pamela, who is requesting a future card, please, from you, Psychic Cameron.
Yeah. The future card, Pamela, that I've turned over for you is the Seven of Wands. That is a card where there's basically a challenge, but you're able to meet it. I feel like you're ready to go up a level. Maybe this is career. Maybe this is something personal that you've wanted to take on, some kind of challenge. When you put your mind to something, nobody can stop you. But there is something that I think you've been looking forward to that's really, if I see this card, it means it's like an Olympic person. They're training, but they can definitely be ready for the match or the meet. And so think about this in terms of your reflection over the next couple of days. But if this is about starting a business or going in a certain direction in terms of your path, career-wise or otherwise, take a chance. I think you're going to do really well with what you're looking for.
Wonderful. Thank you, Pamela, for that question today. And also, we want to thank everybody for joining us for today's free live preview of California Psychics. We have reached time, so we do need to let Psychic Cameron go so that he can go ahead and hop online on CaliforniaPsychics.com and go ahead and start answering questions through a one-on-one, a private reading format for those who are seeking guaranteed answers to their questions. Now, remember, you can connect with Psychic Cameron here through either phone call, chat, or online or offline messages here in just a few minutes after he returns, and he'll be online for a few hours tonight. So if you are wanting that one-on-one reading experience, make sure you click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now, or download the California Psychics app and connect with Psychic Cameron there. We want to thank everybody for joining us for today's free live preview of California Psychics today. And until next week, where we will be hosting our next free live preview of California Psychics every week at the same time, every Monday. So until then, make sure you go and visit us on California Psychics and learn more, or talk to our wonderfully gifted psychics like Psychic Cameron here. So thank you, everybody. And until next time, bye-bye.